special shout out to Pal Walrus petitioning that the Wisconsin Teachers Union now be called the Green Bay Slackers. Now, let's talk union thuggery. Okay, before I get into anything, it's important to remember the strange, crazy concept that teachers should actually be teaching children. When they refuse to come in and do their job, it's really the kids who end up getting screwed. Boy, if only parents could absolve themselves of their responsibilities like teachers.
I'm hungry.
Oh, I'm sorry, did you say you're hungry? Huh? Well, guess what? When you grow up, you're still gonna be hungry, only you're barely gonna be cracking $100,000 a year in salary and benefits, so make your own sandwich! So the teachers union in Wisconsin are opposing a bill that would most notably require them to pay into their own pensions. Yes, pay into them at all, along with removing some of their ever-expanding bargaining power to suck more taxpayer dollars from the system. Now, it's important to note that once upon a time, unions played an important role in America. Sometimes they were needed to make sure employees were treated better. But, as always, power corrupts, and the bigger they got, the more they ended up screwing the actual business owners.
Those are our terms right there.
Okay, but, the company can't afford this.
Those are our terms.
Right, I know, but if you don't make any concessions, we'll be forced to close our doors and you'll all lose your jobs.
Well, I don't know nothing about that. Those are our terms right there. It's a nice photo of your wife.
What do you mean you lost your job?
I know, right?
Of course, in some instances, like the UAW, the government steps in and bails them out, so the unions have to make few, if any, concessions, and the politicians get to buy their votes. Oh yeah, by the way, look up political contributions, because there's one sector that gives a whole lot more than big oil or pharma. And virtually all of the union contributions go to Democrats. Now, of course, union members in Wisconsin are also upset that this bill would allow people to opt out of the union. Well, how's that a problem? If the unions are designed to protect the worker, then no workers would leave. But of course, if some of those workers have been strong-armed into joining, then a lot of them would leave out of their own free will, thereby dissolving the union.
Let me get that for you. So, Scotty, I hear you haven't been paying your dues.
Yeah, well, it's just been kind of strapped for cash, and
Well, I hear you've had all this money to go to Packers games. Buying all peanuts and sodas.
yeah, it's Billy's birthday, and he really likes the Packers, so
Yeah.
is that a gun?
Oh, yeah. Should probably pay your dues.
Here's the truth. Federal spending on education, when adjusted for inflation, has more than doubled to over $82 billion since the 1970s, while test scores haven't improved at all. Bumper stickers read that it would be a great day when our school would get all the money they need and the Air Force would have to host a bake sale to buy bombers. But total taxpayer investment in education in this country actually exceeds that of national defense at over $536 billion in the 04-05 year alone. Schools aren't getting any better, but teachers' unions are getting richer. Richer off taxpayer dollars. Taxpayer dollars that Wisconsin and the citizens of America can no longer afford. But what do you folks think about Wisconsin and the American education system as a whole? Be sure to let me know. And I think it's key to remember here, folks, that public sector unions, unlike the private sector, are actually unionized against you.
Go ahead, taxpayer. Make my day. But seriously, I need like 3 weeks off in May.